Calling to order Peace River Town Council special meeting of May 19th, 2026, 5:30 p.m. Adoption of the agenda. Are there any additions or deletions to the agenda? None? Can someone move to accept the agenda? Councillor Deuce.
I move that council adopt the agenda of the May 19th, 2026 special council meeting as presented.
And all in favor? And that is carried. Moving on to current business. Number 1, with Director Fisher, we have the Lower West Peace Road Repair Project costing.
Madam Mayor.
Yes.
So at this time, while there could be a perceived conflict of interest with respect to this matter due to land ownership of myself in the area, it does not rise to the level of a conflict of pecuniary interest as per the MGA 173A. This is noted for the record and could be revisited should the circumstances of this project change.
Thank you. Proceed.
Okay. Yeah, Summer Novel. So we just we had a landslide kind of show up in Lower West Peace on Landing Street, sort of while we were experiencing our big spring melt in town here. It's a Tuesday. I just remember making a joke about it being a regular Tuesday. So we've done some conceptual work working with a geotechnical engineer that we called out for some support. We would still need to do some like actual design to validate the conceptual work here. But the gist of the failure was it's pretty steep embankment, and then as the soil got really saturated with the runoff water, basically lost all of its cohesiveness, and the surface layers sloughed, and the geotechnical engineer ran the analysis based on what they saw, or like were able to see for soil structure based on the sloughing. So they were able to see the pit run sitting on top of the bedrock. And their assessment basically said, this is going to continue to be a concern unless we do something different. Their recommendation in terms of the cheap and fast solution here is to kind of backslope it. So it's a more shallow slope from the top of the road to the edge of the right of way. Doing so would kind of like, we would have to do a geotechnical investigation to actually confirm that what they saw was consistent across the area for soils. But the project would basically involve having any of the residents that are affected remove their encroachments from the right of way. So there's a couple of sheds, there's fences, people have kind of taken that area between the bottom of the slope and the edge of the road right of way as their own property. And I don't believe that there are any encroachment agreements back there, it's just they've done it. Stripping out sort of the topsoil and vegetation from the area, installing a bit of a sub drain to the nearby storm system, putting in some pit run structure for the road to basically hold it up, and then putting topsoil seeding. It's a really simplified view of it. And just ballparking on the project area, which is in the report, it'd be about $250,000 to get this done. If you want it done in a timely fashion, I think you could get it done as soon as mid to late September, depending on investigation lining up contractors and giving people time to move stuff out of the encroachment area. That's sort of the cheap, fast solution. The more expensive solutions would be things like retaining walls that are quite a bit more expensive, and would take quite a bit longer to actually implement. But until this is dealt with, because of the risk of sort of additional surface failures in that pit run structure, that lane kind of has to stay closed. So sightlines are kind of sucky. My recommendation would be to approve us with a budget so we can move to design and hopefully to construction. This is conceptual. It's something to get us started. There is a risk of it changing as they get more information or start down doing the work, but I think it's a pretty reasonable estimate.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Do we have any questions? I have a few. Anybody else?
Pretty straightforward.
Director Fisher, was there ever any discussion that you remember, or perhaps Director Bell can chime in? There is only one way out of Lower West Peace, and over the past month, I have received quite a few calls of concern that there is only one way out. Was there ever plans to make another
Don't know if there was
exit there, or?
plan, like there's certainly nothing in the capital plan as far as I know about doing it. Normally, when we do new neighborhood design, we would try and get two entrances in. Lower West is older, so that might not have been a concern at the time. And I think that conversation is separate from,
I know, but I am
so.
seeing now that we have the only road coming in there falling down. I am gonna ask the question, like, is that a concern for a municipality that you only have one road into a?
It certainly could be, there is very much a chance. We didn't see it, but if that road did go, it would be very hard to get people in and out, right? So, but there is obviously a risk with having a single way in and out. Even a big accident, like a vehicle accident, or say like a fuel tanker spilled up on the highway or something and closed off that intersection, can make getting in and out of that neighborhood extremely challenging. That's a big project, so like that's.
I'm just asking
That's
because,
years of work.
I mean, if our hill is falling, I need to ask that question. Are you aware of any other?
I think if you stabilized it, it's not, I think you would see like in the topsoil, you might see some sloughing in the topsoil if it got really wet, we had a big storm and you go and patch it up. But I think if, as long as they can validate it with the geotechnical, it should be okay for long-term stability on the structure.
Okay, and just, do you know if that's the only residential neighborhood that only has one access, or like, I'm just out of curiosity here, because if one hill is sliding, if there's another place in town that has only one exit.
There's a couple of spots.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, like if you wanted to go up past EQV, there's only one road kind of up there without building something across the dog park and like tearing up that field, right? Or if you were up on the road up to the dog park, like that's only like one way in and out for sure. And 103rd, like the top end of 103rd, that loop where the forestry building is, right? Like that's the kind of end of the road over there. And there's only like one road up the hill, Judah Hill. So there's lots of spots with it. It's certainly not like if we were doing a brand new subdivision, we would be looking at making sure that there are two entrances to get into a neighborhood if we've heard time. So.
Okay, any other questions? We're looking at a few motions that we could do here. Is anybody? Councilor Ward?
This is kind of pretty straightforward. It's got to be done.
Yes.
Put a motion on the floor that council direct administration to proceed with the design and construction project to fix Landing Street into Lower West Peace with a project budget of $250,000 to be funded from tax supported capital reserve.
Ms. Parsons?
Just a quick process clarification to director, is that enough information for, okay, perfect. For the name of the reserve.
Okay. All those in favor of the motion on the floor? And that is carried. Thank you, Director Fisher. And now we will be going into closed session. Thank you for coming. We really appreciate an audience. Thank you.
All right, have a good one.
We'll be going to closed session and we will not be returning to live stream. Thank you very much.
Do we have a motion to go into close?
Oh, motion to go into closed. Councilor Erickson. All those in favor? And that is carried. I always forget we're closed.